Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I wanted to kind of show you guys something a little bit different. So obviously I'm not out in the woods today. I'm outside of the house, but I'm not outdoors. No, you get the idea. Anyways, I'm in my makeshift garage. I have a project that I've been I haven't touched it or worked on it in a long time, probably about 6 or so years, and I haven't really made much progress on it. It's a project that I want to get more involved with and get doing again, and I find that when I have a video idea, I tend to be a lot more inclined to actually do something. So I decided I'm going to start recording some videos about this project. I can't promise how frequent the videos will be, but you'll see it from time to time. So what is that project? Well, it's a car project. So I'm gonna, this is actually my first car, and you're actually sitting on top of it right now because this is a very small shed garage. So here, let me show you. All right. So this is my 1978 Nissan Datsun, two-door hatchback. Like I said, I don't have a ton of room here. Sorry if you hear any wind noise. It's very, very windy outside, but so yeah, this is my baby. This is my first car. I have not driven it in probably close to over 20 years. Yes, I am that old. But it's been sitting for a long time. So as you can see, we got some rust here, but it's not too bad. That's the most you'd see. Like there's some up here by the windshield and whatnot from sitting outside. But that's the most you're gonna see almost on the top half of the car. So there's a little bit of surface rust here, but and a little bit back here on the hatchback. Let me move this board out of the way, but you can kind of see the back end of the car. Like I said, it's kind of cramped in here, but so yeah, so this car I've had for a long time. I've wanted to kind of restore and get back to its glory. Well, maybe not glory. This isn't one of the 510, like first gen 510s or anything like that are super sought after. Main reason being is that those cars, one of the things that made them special was the fact that they had the first gen, like the 68 to 72, I think was the first run of 510s. But the reason those ones were so special is because they were fully independent suspension and they were very light. This is not either of those. So it's front independent suspension, but it's a solid rear axle, so it doesn't perform, I guess, or doesn't handle as good as the original 510s, which is crazy because the original 510s were actually marketed as like a family vehicle for, you know, stay-at-home moms to go and get groceries in. But then people realized, like, hey, these handle really well. Let's put some more performance in them and see what they can do. So they actually, Datsun, if any of you guys are car guys, if you've heard of Datsun, most people are familiar with either A, Datsun Racing, or they're familiar with the 240Z, which is the more popular version and went on to be the sort of the inspiration behind all the Nissan Z cars, 350Z, 300Z, all that kind of stuff. So it all started with that Datsun. And I've always loved Datsuns. So they're awesome. They're kind of like Subarus in a way, is that they're kind of like Legos, is that you can kind of mix and match parts all across, which is awesome. Oh, sorry, going back to the thing I said earlier that those first gen 510s were light and fully independent suspension. Yeah, like I said, this is rear axle, solid rear axle, but it's also very heavy. I've had to slam on the brakes on this thing before, and it's not fun. Anyways, so like I said, this is, or actually I didn't say yet, but this is not meant to be like a fully restoration video. This is about me puttering around, wanting to get this thing back on the road. So it needs some body work. It needs some carb work. I'm going to show you the engine in a second. Needs some carb work. Hoping just to rebuild. If not, I'll just get a new carburetor for it and it should run. When I was working on it a few years back, I figured out all the fuel lines are good. It's getting fuel to the carburetor, but just something in the carburetor is clogged up and it's not delivering engine to the fuel to the engine. So here, yeah, let's take a look. I'm gonna take the hood off because the hood actually isn't on its hinges right now. So let me just take the hood off and I'll show you guys what's under the hood, under that thing. All right, so here we have the engine bay. Very dirty and old, as you can tell. But the engine itself is actually in really good condition. Like I said, if I pop off the air cleaner, pop a little fuel in there, it will run until it burns off that fuel. So that's why you can see, like, I don't have like the breather clipped off or whatever, because I was doing some testing there. But I also tested the fuel pump. So basically, fuel's getting to the carburetor, it's just not running. But what's also cool about this is that this engine is the L20 or L20B, something like that. Which is a 2-liter engine. So the original 60s engines, like the 68 and whatnot, those early generations, they think they started with a 1.6, went to a 1.7. But what a lot of guys were doing once these 20s came out, these 2-liter engines, they were taking these, boring them out to 2.2, and then having a 2.2-liter engine. So I've got the more sought after engine, but this thing, I think from the factory, is like 97 horsepower. So nothing. Oh, actually here, it actually says right here that it's 110 horsepower at 5,600 RPM. Oh, it's the L20B. There we go. So see, I had all the information right there. Now the thing is that one of the biggest problems I have with this car, not problems, but one of the things I'd love to change is that this car is a 3-speed automatic, which is less than ideal. I would like to convert it to the manual, which isn't that hard. It's kind of like a bolt-on thing if you can get a transmission, which I almost had a line on, but unfortunately I missed out on that a few years back. So like I said, my main goal, get it on the road. I'm not trying to look to race this. I'm not looking to make it a performance car. I'm not looking to get this show worthy or anything like that. Who knows? You never know. Car projects start off saying, oh, I only want to do A, B, and C, and then next thing you know, $20,000 later, it's a show car. I don't think that's going to happen unless you guys like and subscribe, which you should definitely do. I'll wait. Thank you. So now that you guys have liked and subscribed, maybe we can get to the point where I can start making some money and really do some cool stuff with this. So like I said, I'm a backyard mechanic at best. I've done a little bit of like body work with like Bondo and some fiberglass and stuff like that, but I'm by no means an expert in that. No, hang on, I gotta kill a wasp. All right, welding glove to the rescue. Wasp deleted. Anyways, moving on. Where was I? Okay, I don't remember. Let me move the hood out of the way and I'll show you the interior, because that's one of the things that's really awesome about this car. Well, to me at least. Maybe not to you guys. Give me a minute. All right, I'll show you inside the car. So I don't have any mirrors on it right now. I had like some aftermarket, like just cheapo mirrors on it when I was driving it. I'm thinking it'd be kind of fun to do like the fender mounted Japanese style mirrors at some point. We'll see, but that's something I'm gonna have to do at some point. So obviously it's very, very dusty, so my kids have been drawing on it. But so I do have the interior kind of partially ripped apart, like the carpet is all pulled up in here. Just because in preparation for what a lot of I was going to need to do. The seats are in really good condition, actually, considering it also does have a back seat, but it's folded down. It's just the carpet and everything back there. So all in all, this car structurally is in really good condition, but the problem is that there are a few spots. So the passenger side's a little bit worse underneath the back seat, so there is some rust there, which isn't all the way through. However, up here, a little bit different. We've got holes all the way through, so that's gonna have to be fixed. But then when you get back a little bit further, you can't see because the carpet's there, but even on the driver's side, right under here, it's like almost like brand new metal, like it's like this. So it's gonna need some definite body work, but it's not horrible. And then like the ceiling or the cover, whatever's come loose, I'll have to fix that, maybe replace that. I don't know if this sunroof was actually like an add-on from Nissan from the factory or not. I really don't know. I'm debating whether or not to replace it, because it kind of works, kind of doesn't, or if I fix it to make it work, or if I just get rid of it and seal up the roof. I haven't decided. Give me your guys' thoughts on that. I'd like to keep it, but it doesn't really lock, it doesn't really close, so I'd have to figure something out for that. So let me know your guys' thoughts on that. Let me kind of get in here without falling through the floor. The dash, Just pretty cool, pretty classic for that 70s era. I love this steering wheel. Like, it's a giant steering wheel just because there's no power steering, no power brakes in this thing. Like, look at these door panels, like right here, you can see these door panels are beautiful. They're in perfect condition. In here I got a little bit of hodgepodge stuff. Like, I have a switch here because there's some sort of short that makes the wipers go on its own, so that's a power switch cut off for the wipers. So I'll have to trace down that short and figure that out. Like I said, 3-speed automatic, so going highway speeds, it screams like a Banshee. So I'd like to get one of the, I think there's a 4 and a 5 speed that you could get it in. It's a dog leg one, so first is up here and then down and over. I think is how the dog leg transmissions work, something like that. Either way, as we go through this project, I'll kind of get you guys more on top. I'll get you guys more in the loop of what I'm doing and all the stuff I know about it. There's a little trim piece dangling here, but yeah, this is a project that I've wanted to work on for a while. My kids are getting older, and they've mentioned before that they would love to drive this car when they're old enough, or to at least go on a ride in it. So I'm starting to learn how to weld so I can do some of the body work that I need to do, hence the welding glove that also doubles as a wasp killer. Yeah, so like I said, don't know how quick this project's going to be. I have some other vehicle projects that I think would be fun to also make videos on, so if you guys would like to see that, like just sort of general maintenance type stuff and some other major mechanical stuff. And if this really gets popular and we start, like, you know, this starts taking off and start doing really well, there's one project that's kind of interesting that'd be really, really cool, and I think you guys would like, but that's a ways off. So it's a little teaser for something that may never happen, but it's something cool. But like I said, this is my priority right now. I've had this car, like I said, I've had this car since I was 16 and drove it for 2 summers because I live up in Canada, so there's winter, so I didn't drive it in the winter at all. It has seen winters before from the previous owner. And the previous owner is actually my family. This car's been in my family since it was brand new, so there's also a special place in my heart for it for that reason. But yeah, I want to try and get it back to kind of its original form as much as possible. I don't think I'm going to be able to keep the rims. So the rims are these Datsun ones. I've cleaned them up before. They're all really dusty from sitting in the shed here for so long. And I love these BF Goodrich radials, which are still the ones I put on there 20 years ago. The problem is they all need to be replaced because they've been sitting for 20 plus years. Problem is these are a 13-inch rim. From what my research is, BF Goodrich doesn't make these in a 13-inch rim anymore. So I'd have to find a solution. Either go to a different tire, or I got to go to a different rim. Now, I did come across a set of these rims before, a couple years back, in a 14-inch. So the exact same rims, but in a 14-inch, which then I could get these radials, because I think they look really awesome on these older classic cars. Like I said, this one, some people consider this car to be really ugly. I really love it. So either way, I'm going to do it. But like I said, a lot of body work. Like you can see, there's been body work done here with metal, and it's not quite round and whatnot. So there's just been some hodgepodge stuff just to keep it going. Like I said, we got some rust down here. So my goal is not to make this, like I said, show quality by any means. I want to get it functional so I can take it out, you know, maybe drive it to work every once in a while, take it out on the weekend, that kind of thing. That's the goal for this car right now. So what I'm hoping, like I said, I haven't done a thorough run through the car to see what else I'm going to need to do, but my guess is, other than the normal maintenance things like oil and whatnot and coolant, I'll change all the fluids. Brakes, I'm going to redo all the brakes, which I think it might actually be 4-wheel disc brake. Actually, let me check. Okay, no, the backs are discs. So yeah, I want to redo the brakes because they haven't been done in 20 years. So it probably corroded as heck in there. The car still rolls. Like, I've rolled it in and out here since it hasn't ran under its own power in 20 years. But yeah, I think it'll be a fun project. A couple little tweaks. Ooh, so I tore apart the front end at one point. Just trying to get, because I wanted to get to kind of like the front frame and stuff like that, and the front clip area. So going back over here, you see the lines of this car. I always love this part too. This was red initially. I think I got some pictures of that, but I love that. It's got like a cool little, almost, I don't know, it makes it kind of look a bit more like classic car-ish. That's the part for me that does it. Also, you got the louvers on here, which are kind of cool. So I want to freshen those up with some fresh paint. And then the hatch, obviously. Actually, the hatch, because of the louvers, the hatch is so heavy. I have a piece of wood in there that's perfectly long enough to prop it up if you have to open up the hatch, because this makes it too heavy, so I'm going to have to swap that out. But I don't have the front clip on it right now, or the front bumper, but this is the grill for it, which, so this is actually a different grill than the factory one. The factory one actually had dual round headlights, and then a little bit more different front grille, which was a bit more akin to what you'd see in the 60s model. But I love this one a lot more. So I'm gonna clean that up, just get it some fresh paint and whatnot, maybe get some more up-to-date lights. Then again, you know what, if these ones work, these, you know, factory glass ones, whatever, then those might be kind of cool too, to just kind of leave on there for prosperity kind of sake. I don't know, maybe I'll make some new brackets, because so I'm not sure who ended up doing the upgrade, if it was my family member who owned this vehicle before or what, but one of the ways they did the mounting, they did their own little mod, which hasn't rusted, because they used, looks like treated wood. They used a chunk of 2x4 to get the lights mounted on there. So kind of silly, but it worked. Like I said, this car's got, I believe, about 150,000 kilometers on it. And like 25,000 of those are mine, because I lived out in the country, so driving into town every day to go to school and go to work. Yeah, so yeah, so this is the project I really want to do. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you like Datsuns, or if you've even heard of Datsun before, because there's a lot of people I know that haven't even heard of Datsun. I'll be honest, I didn't really, other than the fact of knowing that this was sitting up in a family member's garage growing up. That's the only reference I had to Datsun, because I wasn't really into cars until I got older, as most kids, I guess. But yeah, you know what? Oops, it's falling apart. A lot of stuff to do. I'm going to play around with it over the next little while. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you'd enjoy that kind of video, and I can show you the wrong way to do vehicle restoration and repairs. But yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know if you've ever seen these actually on the road. Let me know what Datsuns are your favorite, and we'll have some fun. All right, guys? So make sure to like, subscribe, all that kind of fun stuff, and I'll see you when I start cutting and grinding and welding and doing mechanic-y stuff. All right? See you guys next time.